Welcome back to board preparation series for class 10th on my channel Mathify with Minakshi. Today in this video we'll discuss topic wise important questions from chapter number 9 application of trigonometry. But before moving to questions you must know what is angle of elevation and angle of depression. Look at this diagram carefully. A girl is standing on a cliff. From her eye level, draw horizontal line. This horizontal line is very important because both the angles are measured from this line. When she looks at something above her eye level, like a bird in the sky, her line of sight goes upward and the angle formed between the horizontal line and the line of sight is known as angle of elevation. Now, when she looks down at a boat in the water, her line of sight goes downward and the angle formed between the horizontal line and this downward line of sight is known as angle of depression. So you must know these two things, then only you can solve question based on angle of elevation and angle of depression. So in this video, we'll discuss questions on these three topics: angle of elevation, angle of depression, and combination of both. That means those questions where we include angle of elevation as well as angle of depression. Let's move to first topic, angle of elevation. First question, the ratio of the length of a road and its shadow is given to you 1 is to root 3. This is 1, this is root 3. And you have to find theta, angle of elevation of the sun. Now, how we'll decide that which trigonometry ratio we'll use? Just see what is given to us. Here, this root 3 is your base and this is your perpendicular. Now, which trigonometric ratio use perpendicular and base? Either tan or cot. I'm using tan. So, you know tan theta is perpendicular by base. Now, here perpendicular is 1 and base is root 3. Now, what is 1 by root 3? It's tan 30 degree. That means your tan theta is tan 30. This implies your theta is 30 degree. Yes, that is A option is correct. Let's move to second question. If the length of the shadow of a tower is increasing, then the angle of elevation of the sun is. Here you should know one thing, that whatever is not given to you, that is fixed. That means length of a tower is fixed. Here length of a tower is fixed. They are saying if you will increase your shadow, that means suppose earlier the shadow is this much, this. So you have your theta, this one. Now if I increase the length of a shadow like this, then what you can say about theta, that it will decrease. Yes, and one more thing, you can also check by tan theta is p by b. It's p by b, where p is the length of the tower, that is fixed. If you will increase your shadow, length of shadow, automatically it decrease because they are inversely proportional. If you will increase one, other will decrease. Let's move to third question. If the height of a tower and the distance of the point of observation from its foot both are increased by 20%, what they're saying, if a height of a tower, suppose we'll draw two cases. The height of a tower, let's say earlier it was h, and distance of the point of observation from its foot, this one. Let's take this as d. They're saying if I will increase both the things by 20%, that means it will become h plus 20% of h. You can write 0.2h, that is 1.2h. Similarly, if you will increase 20% of d, that means d plus 20% of d, you can say again 0.2 d, that is 1.2 d. What will be the effect on this angle of elevation? Let's see. Here, what is tan theta? It is h by d. And here, what is tan theta dash? It is 1.2h upon 1.2 d. What you will get if you cut 1.2 and 1.2? You will get h by d. Earlier also we have h by d, now also we have h by d. So what will be the answer? It means remains unchanged. When you will increase both by same percentage, there will be no change in theta. Now let's move to question 4. It's given an observer 1.5 meter tall. Let's draw that figure. It's 1.5 meter tall. Now is 28.5 meter away from a 30 meter high tower. So just draw that 30-meter high tower. And the distance between them is 28.5. And draw here 90 degree, 90 degree. Now it's given determine the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the eye of an observer. Just focus here the word from. Wherever it's written from there you have to start your line of sight. That means you have to start from eye of an observer to top of the tower. This you have to find the angle of elevation, this one. Now just write this A, B, C, D, E. What we have to find here, theta. So how we'll find that? First you have to select a triangle where we have theta as well as 90 degree, because then only you can use any trigonometry ratio. So I will select this triangle because here we have theta also and 90 degree also. Now, how will decide which trigonometry ratio we'll use? Again, you will see what is given to you, what is given to us. What is DC? If total is 30, then this is 30 minus 1.5, you can say 28.5. And what about this? This is also 28.5 because the lines are parallel as corresponding angles are equal, 90, 90. It's 28.5. Now, we can use here, it's perpendicular, this is base. So, you will use tan theta is equal to P by B. And what is our perpendicular and base here? 28.5, 28.5. And that means it is 1. When theta is 1 in tan, it means theta is 45 degree. Yes. Let's move to question number 5. It's given a lower window of a house is at a height of 2 meter above the ground and a upper window is at a height of 4 meter vertically above the lower window. At a certain moment, the angles of elevation of a balloon from these windows are found to be 60 and 30 respectively. That means angle of elevation from lower window is 60 and from upper window is 30. We have to find the height of the balloon above the ground. So let's draw the figure on the basis of given information. First, I will draw ground. Now it's given that your lower window is at a height of 2 meter and your upper window is at a height of 4 meter from the lower window. Now it's given that your angles of elevation of these windows to balloon is from lower window is 60 degree, and what is angle of elevation? Angle between line of sight and horizontal line. So this is 60 and from upper window it's 30. Again, angle between line of sight and horizontal line. Now we have to find the height of the balloon. This we have to find. Did you observe something here? As if this is 4, then this is also 4. And if here it's 2, then here also it's 2. Let's take this as x. So height of balloon is x plus 4 plus 2 from the ground. That means x plus 6. We have to just find the value of x and we'll put it here. Now, just write the alphabets here, naming A, B, C, D, E, F and G. Now let's select two triangles. One triangle will select for 30 degree and one triangle will select for 60 degree. For 30 degree, I'm selecting CDE. And for 60 degree, I am selecting BDF. So for 30 degree, you have to think that which trigonometry ratio will use. We have to find this perpendicular. So we have to use perpendicular. And you can see that in both the triangle base is same. CE is equal to BF. So that's why we'll use perpendicular and base. That means we'll use tan here. Tan 30 degree. What is tan 30 degree? Perpendicular upon base. Here perpendicular is x and let's take this as y. We are taking this as y. And this is equal, so I'm taking CE also y and BF is also y. That means this is x by y. Now what is tan 30? It's 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is equal to x by y. Let's do cross multiplication here. So we'll get y is equal to x root 3. Just circle this, it's important. We'll put this in second equation. Mark this as 1. Now, in second triangle also we'll use tan, but here now the angle is 60 degree. Tan 60 degree is equal to perpendicular upon base. Here perpendicular is x plus 4 and base is again y. What is tan 60? Is root 3. Root 3 is equal to x plus 4 by y. Now, put the value of y here, that is using 1 here, that is x root 3. Now we'll do cross multiplication. Root 3 into x root 3 is 3x is equal to x plus 4. Just transpose this x to that side. It becomes 2x is equal to 4. That means your x is 4 by 2. You can say your x is 2. Just put the value here. So your final answer is 2 plus 6, that is 8 meter. So height of balloon above the ground is 8 meter. Let's move to next question. Now let's move to question number 6. It's given from a point on the ground. From a point on the ground. Let's take this point here. It's a ground. The angles of elevation of the bottom and the top of a transmission tower fixed at a 20-meter high building. So let's draw the building here. We have a 20-meter high building and above that we have a transmission tower. This is a transmission tower. Okay. Now it's given the angle of elevation from this point to the bottom and top, to the bottom of a transmission tower and to the top of a transmission tower is 45 and 60 respectively. You have to find the height of the transmission tower. So let's take this much as H. Write the naming here: A, B, C, D. Now what we'll do, again we'll select two triangles, one for 45 degree and one for 60 degree. For 45 degree I'm selecting ACD and for 60 degree you are selecting ABD. Again, what you will do, because you know AD is common for both, so let's take this as X and this is base and perpendicular we have to find. So we again will use P and B, that means tan. For ACD it's tan 45 degree. That means perpendicular upon base 20 by x. What is tan 45? It's 1. 20 by x. Let's do cross multiplication. So your x is 20 meter. Now let's move to next triangle, that is ABD. In ABD, again we'll use tan. Tan 60 degree is equal to P by B. That is H plus 20 by x. What is tan 60? It's root 3. H plus 20 by 20. Again do the cross multiplication. 20 root 3 equal to h plus 20. As we have to find h, so we'll leave h alone. You will transpose 20 to that side. It becomes 20 root 3 minus 20. And we can take common 20. So we are left with 20 root 3 minus 1. As in question, it's given that root 3 is 1.73. So you have to put the value of root here. 20 into 1.73 minus 1. And what is 1.73 into 1.73 minus 1? That is 0.73. That means you can write 7.3 into 2. You can say 14.6 meter is your answer. Let's move to question number 7. Two poles of equal height are standing opposite to each other on either side of road, which is 80-meter wide. From a point between the road, the angles of elevation of the top of the poles are 60 degree and 30 degree respectively. We have to find the height of the poles and the distance of the point from the poles. So let's draw the figure on the basis of given information. It's given that we have a 80-meter wide road and two poles are on either side of road. Let's say this is first pole, that is vertical to the ground, and second pole, again that is vertical to the ground. Now we don't know height, but it's given that they are equal, so I'm taking both the heights as h. Now write here A, B, C, D. It's given from a point between them on the road. So I'm taking this as this point. Let's write E. It's given that angle of elevation from this point to the top of the poles, that means to EA and to D, is 60 and 30. You can see that this angle is more, so I'm writing here 60 and here 30. Now we have to choose two triangles. In one triangle we need 60° and in one triangle we need 30°. So I'm selecting two triangles, one for 60°, that is triangle ABE, and one for 30°, that is triangle EDC. So I'm using tan here because perpendicular is H and base we have to find. We have to find B, E and C. So let's take B as X. Then what is your C? Because total is 80. So that means 80 minus X. Okay, total was 80. So we'll use tan. Tan 60° is equal to P by B. That means H by X. Now what is tan 60? It's root 3. Root 3 is equal to H by X. Just do the cross multiplication. H is X root 3. This is our first equation. Now we'll move to second triangle EDC. In triangles EDC, tan 30° is equal to H by 80 minus X. Now, what is tan 30°? That is 1 by root 3 is equal to H by 80 minus X. Now, we'll put the value of H using 1. What is our H? X root 3. X root 3 by 80 minus X. And you can write here using 1. Let's do cross multiplication. 80 minus X is equal to root 3 into root 3 is 3, 3x. Now just transpose this minus x to that side. It becomes 4x. 80 is equal to 4x. That means your x is 20 meter. Now we know our x. That means your BE is, just write what is your BE? That was x is equal to 20 meter. And your CE is equal to 80 minus x. That is 80 minus 20, 60 meter. So we have found the distance of the point from the poles. Now we have to find the height. What was height? Height was x root 3. That means 20 root 3. So these are our final answer. 20 meter, 60 meter and 20 root 3 meter. Let's move to next question. In question number 8, it's given an angle of elevation of an aeroplane from a point on the ground. Just see this from carefully because that means we have to start from here. From a point A. We have to start from point A to the aeroplane is 60°. After a flight of 30 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to 30° and the plane is flying at a constant speed of 3600 root 3 meter. We have to find the speed of aeroplane. So let's draw the figure on the basis of given information. It's given that on ground we have a point A, and from this point A, angle of elevation to the aeroplane is 60°. Earlier it was 60°. And then after a flight of 30 seconds, the angle of elevation, now aeroplane is here, after 30 seconds, angle of elevation changes to 30°. It is also given that the height of aeroplane is fixed. It's 3600 root 3 meter. 3600 root 3 meter. As we know, when we measure height, it's always perpendicular. So we'll write 90° here. Now what we have to find? We have to find the speed of aeroplane. This is time. Now let's write the alphabets A, B, C, D, E. Now we have to find speed. So let's write, let speed of aeroplane be x kilometer. Speed of aeroplane be, just see the units here. It's meter and here it's second. So unit will be meter per second. Be x meter per second. Now we have to find always the sides. So we'll find BC. What are BC? BC is distance from B to C. What is distance? It's speed into time. That means 30 into x. 30x meter. We can write this BC as 30x. 30x. Okay. Now we'll select two triangles. One ABE. For 60° I'm selecting ABE, and for 30° I'm selecting ACD. Which trigonometry ratio we'll use here? Just see carefully. We know height and what we have to find? Speed. Speed of this. That means we have to find x, and x we have written on BC. That means base. So we have to take again tan. 90% of the questions we have to use tan only. So we'll write tan 60 degree is equal to P by B. That means BE by A. Now what is your BE? That's given 3600 root 3. Tan 60 is root 3. What about A? That we don't know. So let's write any variable here. I'm writing y. This is y. And you know BC and ED are equal. So just write here 30x. So A is y. Now you can cut root 3 and root 3. When you will do cross multiplication, we are left with 1. So y is 3600 meter. Now let's move to triangle ACD. In triangle ACD, we have tan 30 degree, tan 30 degree, P by B. Again, perpendicular was 3600 root 3. And base, this time your base is full. Y plus 30x. Y plus 30x. Just put the value of y. Y value of y 3600 root 3. Y is 3600 plus 30x. And what is tan 30? That's 1 by root 3. Right in bracket using 1. Now again we'll do cross multiplication. That is 3600 plus 30x is equal to 3600 root 3 into root 3. That means 3. 3600 into 3. 36 into 3. That is 10800. Now again you will transpose this to that side. 30x is equal to 10800 minus 3600. That means 30x is equal to 7200. Now x is 7200 divided by 30. You will cut the 0. Now just see right here. 3 into 2, 6. We are left with 1. That is 4, 0. So answer is 240 meter per second. And that what we have to find, that the speed is 240 meter per second. Now let's move to next topic. Angle of depression. Under this topic, I have written 4 questions for you. First, it's written two poles are 50 meter apart. That means the distance between two poles is 50 meter. Now, the angle of depression of the top of the first seen from the top of the second. As you know, that angle of depression means that we are seeing down from somewhere. As we are seeing down from the top of second, that means the height of second pole is more as compared to height of first pole. Now it's given that we are seeing from here to the top of first pole. Then what is angle of depression? That's angle between line of sight and the horizontal line. We always put a horizontal line as dotted one. This angle is given to you that it's 45 degree. Now we will use alternate interior, that if this is 45, you know alternate interior. I will write here extra. If two lines are parallel, then these are alternate interior. So that means this is also equal 45 degree. Alternate interior angles are equal when the lines are parallel. Now let's write A, B, C, D. This is A, B, C, D and E. This is our second pole. And height of second pole is given that it's 100 meter. We have to find the height of first pole, this one. BA we have to find. How we'll do that? First here we have to choose one triangle. Here we have only one angle 45 degrees. So we have only one option to choose triangle, that is angle BCD. Now use tan 45 degree is equal to perpendicular by base. Tan 45 is 1. What is perpendicular here? Perpendicular is CD and base is 50. As you know that AE and BD are equal. That means your CD is, will do cross multiplication, CD is 50 meter. Now we know our CD is 50. Now what is DE? D is 100 minus CD. That means 100 minus 50. Your D is 50 meter and you know that your AB is equal to DE. That means the height of first pole is 50 meter. D option. Now let's move to question number 2. In question number 2, it's written as observed from the top of a lighthouse 100 meter above the sea level, the angle of depression of a ship sailing directly towards it changes from 30 to 45. Determine the distance traveled by the ship during the period of observation. Here it's given that you have to use root 3 as 1.73. Now let's draw the figure on the basis of given information. It's given that above the sea level we have a lighthouse whose height is given to us 100 meter. And from this top, we observe that angle of ship changes from 30 to 45. That means earlier it was 30 degree, but when ship changes its position, it becomes 45 degree. So you have to find the distance traveled by ship. That means this much. This we have to find. So let's write A, B, C, D. Again, we have to select two triangles, one for 45 degree, one for 30 degree. So first I'm selecting the triangle for 45 degree, that is ABC. In triangle ABC, tan 45 is equal to 100 by perpendicular by base, that is 100 by BC. If you want to take any variable instead of BC, you can take that. Now what is tan 45? That is 100 by BC. Just do cross multiplication. That means your BC is 100 meter. Now let's move to next triangle. In triangle ACD. In triangle ACD, tan 30 degree is equal to again AB by BD. AB by BD. What is AB? That's 100, and just see carefully, you have to take whole. Most of the time students just take CD, but we have to always start from 90 degree. So that means BD. And what is BD? It's BC plus CD. That means 100 plus X. Now what is tan 30? It's 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is equal to 100 by 100 plus x. Here we have used 1. If you want to write that, here we have used 1. Now let's do the cross multiplication. That means 100 plus x is equal to 100 root 3. Just transpose 100 to that side. That means x is equal to 100 root 3 minus 100. Take 100 common. That is root 3 minus 1. Now what is root 3 minus 1? Just see here. The value of root 3 is 1.73. The 1.73 minus 1, that is 0.73. And when you multiply, you will get 73 meter. So the distance of CD is 73 meter. Now let's move to next question. From the top of a tower of height 100 meter, a man observes two cars on the opposite side. Just see this word carefully. In question number 2, the boat was on the same side of the lighthouse, but here it's on opposite side of the tower with angles of depression 30 degree and 45 degree. We have to find the distance between cars. So let's draw the road first. We have a lighthouse whose height is 100 meter. From the top of this lighthouse, he observed two cars, one at an angle of 45 degree. I'm writing directly, but first you have to show this horizontal line, and this is 45. So by alternate interior, this is 45. Now from here, he observed another car at 30 degree. Again, first you write this 30, and by alternate, you will write 30 degree here. Let's write A, B, C, D, A, B, C, and this is D. What we have to find? We have to find the AC, distance of total distance, you can say. So let's write this as X and this is y. We have to find x plus y. So we'll use again two triangles. First in triangle ABD. Tan 45 degree is equal to BD by AD. And that means 1 is equal to 100 by x. If you will do cross multiplication, x is 100 meter. Now we'll move to next triangle. In triangle BDC, tan 30 degree is equal to 100 by y. What is tan 30? 1 by root 3 is equal to 100 by y. Again, you will do cross multiplication. You will get y as 100 root 3. But here you have to put root 3 as 1.73. That means 173 meter. Now we have to find total distance between the cars. That means x plus y. So your distance is x plus y, which will give you 100 plus 173. That is 273 meter. Your final answer. Now let's move to next question. Question number 4. It's given a straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. So let's draw. It's a straight highway that leads to the foot of a tower. Tower is always vertical to the ground. Now it's given a man at the top of a tower observes a car at an angle of depression 30 degree. Suppose here it's A. Now you know angle of depression? Angle between horizontal line and line of sight. This is 30. Although we can use alternate interior and we can write 30 here. So man observe car. Car is here, which is approaching the foot of the tower. That means it's coming towards the foot of the tower with a uniform speed. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car found to be 60 degree. After 6 seconds, the angle of depression becomes 60 degree. Again, with the help of alternate, we'll write 60 here. Time here given, it's 6 seconds. Let's complete this B, C, and D. We have to find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower. That means this time we have to find this one. As we know that we need distance, but here the time is given. So let's write speed of car be x meter per second. I'm writing meter per second because the unit is not known to us. Okay, now we'll find this distance. Distance is speed into time. So you can write 6x, AB is 6x. And similarly here, distance is again speed into time. Speed is x, but we don't know time. So let's take that time be small t. Okay, so I'm writing tx. This is BC is tx. Now we can choose two triangles, one for 30 degree. So I'm selecting ACD and one for 60 degree. That is BCD. Here, tan 30 degree is equal to height of tower that we don't know. So let's write that as h by your base, full base you will take. That is 6x plus tx. Now what is your tan 30? That is 1 by root 3. You will take x common. That is 6 plus t. If you will do cross multiply, you will get x into 6 plus t is equal to h root 3. Now let's come here. Here tan 60 degree is equal to again p by b, that is h by tx. And what is tan 60? It's root 3 h by tx. So you can write your h is, if you will do cross multiplication, root 3 tx. Done till here? Now we have to equate this. Let's put the value of h here. So I can write that x 6 plus t is equal to root 3 tx into root 3. You can cut x and x from both the sides. You can say dividing x by both the sides. So you're left with 6 plus t is equal to 3t. Just transpose this t to that side. 2t is equal to 6. That means t is 6 by 2, or you can say 3 seconds. So car need 3 seconds to reach the tower from point B. Let's move to next topic. Now let's move to last topic, combination of both. In this I have included those questions where we'll use both angle of elevation as well as angle of depression. So from the top of a 7-meter high building. So we have a 7-meter high building. This is ground. So building. It's given the angle of elevation of the top of a cable tower. We have to start from here, from the top. And you know angle of elevation means you have to see upward. That means your cable tower is height is more as compared to building. So this is your cable tower. Again it's 90 degree. It's given angle of elevation is 60. That's between line of sight and horizontal line. And angle of depression of its foot of cable tower foot is 45 degree. It's 45. But using alternate, you can write here to 45. As this is 7, as AB is 7, you can write your DE also 7. Now you have to find the height of a cable tower. So let's write this as X. So what is your height of the cable tower? It's X plus 7. Yes, so we have to find the value of X for that. Now let's take two triangles. First BAE for 45 degree and second BCD for 60 degree. We'll use tan 45 degree is equal to P by B. That means 7 by AE. and that is 1. 1045 is 1. That means your A is, will you do cross multiply? Your A is 7 meter. Now in triangle BCD, that is tan 60 degree is equal to x by BD. You realize something, that your BD and AE are equal? Yes. So we'll put the value here. What is tan 60? It's root 3. X by 7. Just do cross multiplication. So your x is 7 root 3 meter. So for total height of a tower, you can say that is x plus 7. You can say 7 plus 7 root 3. You can take 7 common, that is 1 plus root 3. If the value of root 3 is not given to you, you can leave here also. But if you want to put here, then it is 1.1.73. You can write 7 into 2.73. Somewhere around 19.11 meter. Approx, you can say 19.11 meter. Now let's move to last question. Here it's given the angle of elevation of a cloud from a point h meters above a lake. So let's take this point. It's A, it's h meter above the lake. The angle of elevation from this point to a cloud is alpha. And from the same point, the angle of depression of its reflection. We know this thing, that if the height of the cloud and the height of its reflection from the sea level should be same. That means if this is h, then here it should be h. It's given that angle of depression is beta. So by alternate, we can say this is also beta. Now draw 90 degree here and here and here. Now, if this is H, let's write the alphabet B, C, D here, E, F and G. If your AB is H, you can say your DE is also H. And from here, you can say that your CD is H minus H. Because total is H. And now let's use two triangles. First, in triangle, first we'll select for alpha, that is ACT. We can say that tan alpha is equal to H minus H by AD. Yes. And here I can write in triangle AGF. GF tan beta is equal to H plus. Now what is this BG? That is capital H. So you can write H plus H by GF. And AD and GF are same. So let's write that as, I can replace this by AD. Now we'll find the value of AD. Why we are finding the value of AD? Because what we have to prove in that we don't need AD, we need tan alpha, tan beta and H. That's why we are finding the value of AD from both the sides. So AD is, if you will just interchange these two, H minus H by tan alpha, and here H plus, it's capital H, H plus capital H by tan beta. Now because both are AD, so we can equate that both should be equal. H minus H by tan alpha is equal to H plus H by tan beta. Now we'll do cross multiplication. That means H tan beta minus H tan beta is equal to H tan alpha plus H tan alpha. Now just see carefully, we need to take capital H together and small h together. So we'll transpose H tan alpha plus H tan beta. Now take H common. So from here, if I will take H common, I will get tan beta minus tan alpha. And here I can write again I can take common tan alpha plus tan beta. Tan alpha plus tan beta. Now just transpose this tan beta minus tan alpha to that side. Tan alpha plus tan beta by what do you get? Tan beta minus tan alpha. Hence proved. Hence proved. Now this is your think and crack task. Solve this and drop your answer in the comments. Sincere practice of these questions will definitely help you score well. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Mathify with Meenakshi. Thank you everyone.